How's it, everybody? Welcome back to Coral Reeches. It's Sanctum Gamer here, and we are looking down at our beautiful new town. What is this called? I think I called it, I don't remember. What did we call it? We called it Sunnyside. There we go. Welcome to Sunnyside, the new town that we've added to the Coral Reeches region. And it's still autumn. I'm not saying spring this time. It is still autumn. The town is starting to shape up. It was by no means complete from where we left it in the last video. And I have intentions or plans to extend it out into this area a little bit. And that is going to involve me having to do a bit of land reclamation. Though I'm not 100% sure how I want to extend this road. What I do know is that I want to extend this land out a little bit. I think I want it to merge into this one, and then we'll probably remove this landscape over here, this piece of land here, and allow a free flowing of water into the entire area. I've been looking at this hill as well, and I'm liking the fact that this is a green hill, so I think I'm going to leave this as a green space and rather allow this place to develop out and merge its way into the developments that we're gonna do here. And most of this area is probably going to be low density residential to complement the main city over on this side. If everything goes according to plan and I'm able to finish this development, I don't think I'm going to be doing this area in this episode, but instead, I'm considering starting expansion on the city in that direction, but I'm not 100% sure yet. All I know is that I want to finish off this town as quickly as I can. I do also want to do some blending over into that side. So let's just do the expansions. Let's just do the land reclamation first. And then once we're done with this land reclamation, we'll see where things take us. Alrighty, let's take stock of where we are at. So I decided to build out this whole area that goes out onto the lake, onto the river, the water, whatever you want to call this. And this is something that was inspired by something that I saw on my recent Finland trip. So as we went into, I think it was Amsterdam, looking at the aerial views, I took a couple of pictures and I hope they'll be clear enough for me to show. But the idea is that it looked like a lot of the houses had been built along like a single road that just goes right onto like a water lake or a river or something of the sort. And it was basically surrounded all around it by just trees. And it looks like the houses just sat right on the water with just this one road that is cutting through it. I thought it looked really, really cool. I thought it was really beautiful. And it's something that I immediately wanted to try and reproduce around here. And I think it has turned out quite nicely. I think it's a beautiful addition. It's a beautiful new neighborhood that extends out on this city and this town. And I love the way it looks so much that I'm thinking of changing my plans for the day and expanding this out and letting it join up to this area. Because I've got the ship routes running on this side, it basically means I can turn this entire area into some kind of swamplandish type place and have these developments that sort of litter around here and then merge into the town of Springs. And it'll be a nice way of Sunnyside and Springs basically coming together as two separate towns, but very, very close together based on this marshlands. I love the way this looks. I think it looks really, really awesome. And it's really a nice location, in fact, that this entire area could become a way of having these houses sitting along on the river, on the water, with just this one road that's cutting through it. So yeah, I really love the way this looks. I'm going to continue this expansion out over into this area. And then I want to see if I'll be able to merge this area up with this place, not necessarily as a town, but maybe bring this road in, let it cut through some of these islands, merge into this, and maybe redo some of this area where I can convert this into a nice big road that then connects up to this town, just allowing for another way to interconnect. Before any of that though, I thought I could try and squeeze a little commercial space into this spot right here, right next to the roundabout. I don't like the fact that it's just plain trees because we've got like trees all over the place. So I want to see if I can squeeze a quick commercial in here, and I don't know, I think it might look a little bit better as this place sort of becomes a little bit more concretey, blending into the start of this commercial street over here. Okay, so this is just a quick stopover that one can make as they're either coming into the town or about to leave the town. And I like the way that looks. I like squeezing things like this into little spaces that just exists there off of the off ramps and stuff. And it's something like this I'd love to squeeze into more of these areas, but I don't want to over densify this place because this is, after all, still a bit of a, should I say, rural area or village. It's moving into a countryside. It's not by the city, so I don't want to overdo it. So I think for now that is going to have to work. My next thing now is that I want to try and shape up these islands around here in such a way that I can hopefully get some kind of a connection through all of this place so that I can just set up more of these residential areas. And I think that's my goal for the next while. So let's start shaping up some land and let's see if we can get this residential area to expand and merge up into the space. Alrighty, let me take a pause here because we've been building quite a bit, and let me just up these trees all to their maximum. And I think this is turning out so nice. Oh my gosh, this is like such a I'm loving it. I love the way it looks. And over here, I thought I would do something different because I was getting tired of just building these houses all the way along, and thought I would build some kind of a small little commercial strip. Oh, I see I didn't finish off this place. I wonder what I can put here. You know what? I think over here we can just put down some giant fountain to decorate this entire area out and make it look, I don't know, a nice kind of way. And then once we've put that down, I can go ahead, grab some tiles, and let's just put a whole bunch of tiles all around this area. And I think that should be good enough as a decor. And maybe we can put down a bench or two around this, what's this thing again? Oh, gosh, around this fountain. I don't know how many people are actually going to sit here, but you know, I mean, I'm talking in real life now because nobody ever uses these chairs, which is another thing. It would be super awesome if these chairs were actually active, and anytime you plonk down a chair, people actually came and sat down on it. But you know, it is what it is. It's unfortunately not the case. I just put a few things around it just to make it look like it's actually been a detailed area. Great. Oh my gosh, look at that. My parking lot is on fire. I had no idea parking lots could catch fire. Anyways, so this is what it's looking like. I think things have come together very nicely. So I've merged it into this area, and this is now connected up over into this town. And I don't think this will be a short enough route for too many cars to use as a way of getting out into the region. I think people will still use the highway, at least that's what I think. And I'm basing that on the fact that I'm still not seeing like heavy traffic going down these roads. So my assumption is that everything is going to be fine. Let's watch. We got where are you? Where's the helicopter? There it is. We've got this helicopter coming to douse the flames with its wonderful water drop. How awesome is that? Oh, that's beautiful. Anyways, so I'm loving this. I'm loving all the trees around. I know it's quite a lot, and I often, every time I embark on a project like this, I ask myself why, because it's so monotonous, but the end product I think always looks so good, and I'm loving the way all of this is looking. I try and break up the monotony of just houses along the roads by converting some of the areas into like keys, so that it just looks a little bit different. And when you look at it from the sky as well, it looks like there are stretches where there are no roads. Not roads, man, no houses. And the idea is that below these are probably like little tunnels or something that allows water to be able to easily flow between the different areas. That is the plan. I don't have any piping system, or do we? Let's see. Do we have any like pipes that we can take? Oh, here we go. We've got this oil pipe, which is quite nice, but oh, it might just be too short to be able to go through the entire area. But if I could have like little pipes like this that are visible, I don't know if this would be visible or not. If I plonk that there, okay, that's visible, sort of. Then you can assume that to be areas that water is able to go between the two spaces, and we can treat this as such. So this will prevent too much water pressure building up on one side. I think off camera I'll put a couple of these all around, just so that, oh, I love it, man. You can actually see it from the sky, which is really good. So I want to try and just do something slightly different. I'm thinking of building a small little marina here. It's nothing fancy because we don't have actual marina assets and small boats. We can't put boats and stuff like that in a place like this. But I've been trying to put like little, I don't know, docks, piers, whatever you want to call it, out of various places, just to make it look like there are some houses that might have a boat or two. Once we have small boat assets, I'll come and put a couple of tiny boat assets along this area, and I think that will make it all look nice. So over here, I think I'm going to put a little marina, just a couple of like footpaths, and the footpaths, elevated footpaths, just to make the whole place look like a small little marina that's here. And then we will conclude all of this by filling out this place with more of these types of housing. Alrighty. I think we are done with this place now. I don't know what this is. I think this is some kind of a clubhouse, or not a clubhouse, but it's something. Maybe it's a little motel or resort or something of the like. I see this road is like really dipping in here. So let's grab that and let's up it a little bit. I see, in fact, all of these, some of these are pretty high or pretty low. I don't know which is which, but I wish we had the option to just snap something to a specific height. I think that would be so helpful. Ooh, I see toolbox. Wait, hang on, there's been updates to terrain, to height. Oh, nice. Okay, I need to figure out how to use that. I'm not gonna try and do that right now because I have no idea how to use it. So I'm gonna go and figure out. I see we've got more things in Move It, which is awesome. It is awesome. I can't wait to just get everything lined up nicely. All right, so that's it, everybody. We have filled in all of this area. We've got a small little couple of docks here and there, but it's nothing wow. I think I'll probably add one or two more of these things in different areas, but overall I think I've got the look that I wanted. This beautiful new little neighborhood that just extends out into the ocean. I think it looks really good. I love the way all the trees just stand up. Everything is growing out into the water. I think it has complemented this entire place very nicely, and in time I think I might just expand on this and cover this area as well with it. But I'll have to see. I'll wait and see how the whole area comes together, because I think now I want to do a little bit of redevelopment around this space, which I think will also then help blend everything together quite nicely. But overall, I really am loving the way all of this is shaping up. I think it's coming together, and yeah, so I think best decision to build this town and wait a week before coming and expanding out on this entire area. So very quickly, something that people have asked me about in the comments of the previous video is, why is it that my population is decreasing even though we are expanding on the town? And this is because of a number of things that I've done off camera. In the last video, I mentioned that I had gone ahead and basically deleted all of the level 5 buildings, which usually have about 6 households, and replaced all of them with level 1 buildings, because I wanted to stay level 1 in places like this. So I did this pretty much all around the small towns that I have, so that I can keep a lot of the places looking nice and low level, because the way it looked when all these buildings were level 5 to me just didn't look good. So not that it didn't look good necessarily, but it didn't fit the style I was going for in a lot of these smaller towns. So I went ahead and I got rid of a lot of that and reduced most of them down to level 1. On top of that, what I did also was that in this town that we're building in the live stream, Waterworth, there used to be a ton of offices and high level or high density buildings that were sitting in this corner. I got rid of all those offices, which basically meant I got rid of a lot of jobs, and then also same thing, got a lot of the buildings down into their level 1 versions. And because of that, I had a lot of people that started moving out of the city. So this decrease that you're seeing, I believe, is as a result of all of that. And I'm sure in time, when we get back to the main city and we start expanding, we should see the population start to rise again. That is what I think. In fact, if we look at the stats, you can see how many are moving away every month. Like 619 per month are moving away. And I have an unemployment rate of 0.2%, because there just are not enough jobs for the people that are in the city ever since I did that. Also, if I go and look at a lot of the industrial buildings and offices, most of them no longer are at capacity when it comes to employees. So one of the things that I need to do now to essentially balance out all of that stuff that I did is expand out on the city and get more people moving in. So yeah, that is why I think the population is decreasing. I'm not sure at which point it's going to stabilize. I have a feeling it's not going to stabilize anytime soon, at least not until we do some massive expansions and bring more people into the city. All right, I think we pretty much done with the city. I've got a couple of things that I just like to do. We've got little empty pockets like this and so on. So let me just go around, see what I can sort out quickly, and then we shall call it quits for the day. All right, I think I'm done now. I just wanted to take some time and go around the entire map and just sort of, I don't know, fill out just a little empty space. Not the entire map, man, just this entire area. To fill out empty space, make this hill a little bit more prominent, and then just close the place off with a couple of trees, and that's about it. I wanted this place to be dense so that it sort of blends in with this area. See, this is something that I've noticed, that because we have tides, it will seem like there are points where the water goes below a certain line, and areas that I thought were filled are no longer filled. Like all of a sudden, this entire area is clear and open. And I know for sure that when I was building this place, I had trees basically sitting right up against the water. So this is something I need to keep an eye on. At some point I need to come around and just refill all of these areas so that whether it's high tide or low tide or whatever it is, you know, the trees just go all the way to the bottom, because I want it to look like they actually grow all the way down into the water. But I think this is something that I will do off camera. It's not something I need to do now. The gist of what I wanted to do has been completed. I got round to coming over to this side and just putting a little, I don't know. This is some kind of a, I don't know, maybe tavern by the water or something, with a little area that you can just stand and, I don't know, look out at the water and be happy, if that's what makes you happy. And then over on this side, I just came and closed off this place so it looks like there's 1 or 2 farms over there. And this basically captures the essence of what I wanted to do. I think the entire build is now officially complete. At some point, we'll come and continue the expansion out into this area and start blending things out into the city over here. And of course, likewise, blend things out in that direction as we start closing up all of the gaps around the entire region as a whole. But otherwise, everybody, this is it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you've been here a while and you haven't done so already. Turn on the notifications, all of that good stuff. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the build, what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy, and I shall just keep all of that stuff in mind going forward in the future. Big thanks to all of my patrons and YouTube members for all the extra supports that you continue to choose to show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Enjoy the cinematics of our beautiful new area, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.